Have you ever pondered why certain men effortlessly grab a woman's attention while others are ignored? It's not because they're prettier, wealthier, or more articulate. Because they know a secret most men don't. True attraction is mental, not physical. Unfortunately, if you don't comprehend this, you're losing. You're missing out on the chance to stand out, be the man she can't stop thinking about, and make an impression. Worst part, most men spend their lives using surface-level strategies like physical gestures, over-the-top flattery, and desperate attempts to win women over. These may work temporarily, but they won't leave a lasting impression on her. Good news, you can learn this. Ancient Stoics preached that power and control come from within. Applying that to attraction reveals something most men don't know. We'll reverse the script and establish deep magnetic attraction without touching her in this video. By the end, you'll know how to stand out and make her want you. 1. The power of non-physical attraction. Most men believe attraction is based on physical touch, a hand on her shoulder, a hug, or a playful finger brush. Physical gestures may get her attention, but they rarely last. Touch doesn't create the kind of attraction she remembers long after you're gone. Mind is its foundation. Humans are wired to connect emotionally and psychologically before physically. You can captivate her with your gaze, words, and enthusiasm. If you do this well, she'll feel magnetically drawn to you without knowing why. Imagine two characters staring across a room in a great movie. No words, no touch. You may feel strain. This spark is real, not only in movies, the result of non-physical attraction mastery. When used, this power is stronger than anything physical. Put it in perspective. The impression vanishes when you stop using physical touch, like writing with invisible ink. However, mastering non-physical attraction is like carving your presence in her thoughts. She'll replay your words, energy, and vibe after you leave. For instance, imagine talking to her. Don't rush to fill every pause or wow her with extravagant gestures. Let the moment breathe. You stare at her longer than normal, smile slightly, and speak calmly. You've done something most men overlook. You've piqued her curiosity. Why does he feel so different? This differs from most men. They lean too much, laugh loudly, or flatter too much. This approach is desperate. The easiest way to lose attraction is desperation. Understanding that less is more is the key to non-physical attraction. It's about creating a dynamic where she's drawn to you, not by what you're doing, but by providing space for connection. Mastering this subtle energy makes you the man she can't stop thinking about, not just another guy attempting to impress her. In conclusion, attraction starts in the mind, not the body. When you prioritize emotional and mental relationships, you surpass all other guys in her life. This is only beginning. I'll demonstrate how to strengthen this foundation in the next part. Stay updated. Number 2. How to make her feel seen. Most men fail by thinking impressing a woman involves being loud, flashy, or giving her excessive compliments. Nothing makes her feel completely connected to you. Most men don't think to make women feel visible, but you must to stand out. Last time someone noticed your small details, maybe it was your chuckle, a passing comment, or your favorite coffee order. Didn't remembering feel great? Women want to feel like more than just a passing presence in someone's life. Consider that showing her without words that you see her for who she is not just the surface details, creates a lasting relationship. The best part, easy enough. Make this feasible. Note when she reveals a simple item like her favorite book, a funny habit, or a day-to-day story. Later, casually mention it. If she mentions her favorite author, ask her about a book a week later, or recommend a cafe that serves her favorite dessert if she mentions it. These simple actions show her you're paying attention, and they stick. It's not enough to memorize details. You must also listen. Most people listen to respond, not comprehend. Stop planning your next sentence while she speaks. Focus solely on her words, tone, and message. Make her feel safe and heard with your attention. If she recounts a hard workday, don't offer suggestions. Instead, remark, "That sounds really frustrating. How did you handle it?" Empathy makes all the difference in listening. Making her feel seen is powerful. She feels unusual comfort with you. She will think, "He values me as a person, not just a face in the crowd." That feeling is addictive. She'll crave your presence because you make her feel understood and valued like other men can't. The kicker, making her feel seen doesn't require extravagant gestures or overblown compliments. Small, thoughtful moments show her you care more than an occasional thought. Slow down next time you're with her. Listen to her small talk and actions. Be there, because making her feel seen creates a lasting bond she'll remember long after you're gone. Number 3, the art of subtle challenge. Most guys don't recognize that women are drawn to a man who challenges them, not someone who plays games or acts uninterested, but someone who knows his worth and doesn't fall in love when she smiles at him. Think about it. What makes someone memorable? Who's always eager, available, and fast to agree? Is it the individual who's just out of reach, making you uncertain of their next move? The solution is obvious. A subtle challenge intrigues. She starts wondering about you, what you're doing, and how much you care about her. You take charge without manipulating the interaction with this dynamic. I'll demonstrate. Imagine emailing a woman who suggests meeting last minute. Most males would gladly cancel their plans for her, but a man who knows his worth would react differently. You may say, "I'd love to, but I already have plans tonight. Let's plan for another day." This does what? It shows her that you have a life and aren't dropping everything because she snapped her fingers. This shows self-respect and confidence, not disinterest. She'll see you as a man with standards and time. You may play hard to get without seeming chilly or aloof. You must balance your interest in her with your own standards. Make it evident that you love her company and are genuinely interested. But don't give your time to just anyone. Another example. She asks you a favor you don't want, like moving furniture quickly. Instead of saying yes out of duty, say, "I'd really like to help, but I've already got something planned. Let's figure out another time." This shows you're not passive, which talks volumes. This works because challenges create reciprocal interest. Because it's hard to get, she values your attention. She realizes that being in your life is special and must be earned. This technique is great because it's not manipulative or gamey. Showing her that you regard yourself is quite attractive. Mastering subtle challenge changes the game. You stopped chasing her. Instead, she woos you. Something every guy should strive for. Next, we'll discuss tone of voice, an often overlooked but effective technique. Stay with me. Number 4. Mastering the power of tone and language. Most men forget this. How you say something is frequently more significant than what you say. Your voice and words can leave a lasting impression. Your conversation spirit and intention matter as much as its content. Confident, calm, and controlled men stand out. The appropriate tone can convey authority, stability, and interest without being overbearing or loud. Women unconsciously pick up on these subtle clues. Your tone, first. A calm, steady, slightly lower voice conveys confidence and composure. Imagine a man who speaks slowly. His voice is deep and deliberate. That presence draws attention. Compare that to the guy who speaks too rapidly, blunders, or chatters nervously between breaks. His energy screams insecurity. Slow down, take your time, and let your words matter. For instance, instead of saying, "I really like spending time with you," try this. Look her in the eyes and add, "You know, I really enjoy spending time with you." Your comments are more meaningful with the pause before "really." Her anticipation makes her lean in to hear what you'll say next. The power of evocative language follows. It's about using words that imply depth and mystery, not being flirty or improper. Instead of "you're interesting," say, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out." That tiny adjustment changes the dynamic. She wonders, what does he see in me? What intrigues him? You created memorable intrigue. Avoiding superficial themes is another method to utilize persuasive language. Deepen instead of discussing the weather or her weekend activities. Ask her, "I get the feeling you've had experiences most people wouldn't believe. Care to share one?" Frame the conversation this way to encourage her to open up and share something meaningful. This builds rapport beyond small talk. This conversation makes her think of you long afterward. Remember the golden rule: less is more. You don't need to dominate the conversation with hints or charm. Be consistent in your tone. Your pauses should allow her to lean in. Your presence grows louder with less confidence. If you master this, amazing things happen. You create an irresistible vibe that draws her in, not because you say the right things. Number 5, the eyes have it. Powerful eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most undervalued but potent seduction strategies. It generates a strong connection she feels in her bones when done well. Your deep, confident gaze can express 1,000 volumes without you saying a word. Most people aren't used to being looked at. The vulnerability of eye contact makes it so effective. She sees that you're present and secure enough to sustain her eyes. Rare things stand out. This is important. Don't stare her down or dominate the occasion. Hold her eyes for a second longer than normal to let her feel your interest. Subtly, it says, "I see you, and I'm not afraid to show it." Put this into practice. Imagine talking to her. Nervous men usually glance down or aside too soon. When you keep her eyes while she speaks, it shows her that you're really present and not just listening. If she's telling you about her day, don't turn away or check your phone. Keep an eye on her, nod, and possibly grin. This subtle presence makes her feel like the only person in the room, which is magnetic. Another tip: let her look away first. She may look aside if she's enjoying your attention. When she looks back to see whether you're still looking, you know she's interested. That doesn't mean you should be too intense. Make her feel comfortable and captivated, not intimidated. This is where soft look comes in. Keep your face warm and relaxed instead of looking. A small grin can relax her. Eye contact is extremely effective in silence. You build good tension by holding her look for a moment when the conversation pauses. A silent message says, "I'm here. See you. I'm interested." This works well. Why? Most people fear vulnerability. Keep confident eye contact to show her you're not. It's attractive to show self-confidence. You become memorable when you combine this with your tone, words, and presence. She'll revisit those moments, wondering what's different about you. 6. Building mystery. The power of being out of reach. Mystery keeps women thinking about you. Not a remote or frigid mystery, but one that makes her intrigued about your thoughts and next steps. Men usually give everything away too quickly. Too eager to prove themselves, they share too much. What if I told you that holding back can make you more intriguing? All revealing men leave nothing for her to uncover. Lacking curiosity, attraction fades. Consider, what's more exciting? A book you know the finish to, or one that leaves you wondering by page? The same with attraction. When you create mystery, she'll be pulled to you, want to know more, and wonder about you after you go. Start by refusing oversharing to perfect this art. When she asks about your weekend, tell her just enough to ignite her interest. You may say, "I had an interesting weekend. I'll tell you about it sometime." That leaves her wondering, what happened? He's not telling me now. Why? We're not playing games or hiding crucial facts. Pacing your connection is key. Don't reveal all your cards at once to create an organic and intriguing dynamic. Living a rich, autonomous life adds mystery. Women want guys with hobbies, interests, and ambitions outside of conversations. If your world revolves around her, she'll notice and lose interest. She'll want to join your fulfilling existence if you're a male. If you're working on a personal project or starting a new interest, don't explain everything. Let her discover these elements of you gradually. She may notice how your eyes light up when you talk about your passion, or how committed you are to your ambitions. Her interest is maintained by this delayed reveal. Leave discussions on a high note. Don't linger on a wonderful conversation. Finish with, "I've really enjoyed this, but I've got to run. Let's pick this up another time." This leaves her wanting more, which is what you want. Building mystery doesn't require evasion. It's about making her feel like she can constantly learn more about you. She'll be pulled to you in ways she can't articulate when you hit this equilibrium. Mystery is about unveiling yourself in layers, allowing her time and space to appreciate you as a man. Number 7. Mastering the art of silence. Few guys realize the power of silence. Many think attractiveness is about what you say, yet sometimes saying nothing can be most effective. A well-timed pause or period of stillness conveys confidence better than words. Most guys need to fill every pause. They rush to continue the conversation to avoid embarrassing pauses. However, the man who masters silence knows that real connection occurs in quiet moments. Imagine a pause in your chat with her. Instead of rushing to speak, you pause. You stare at her, smile slightly, and let her feel the moment. That calm, leisurely energy shows her you're confident and willing to let the conversation breathe. Silence builds expectation, making it strong. forward anticipation of your next words. She'll lean forward. That expectation creates good tension. Another quiet tactic: don't rush to answer her questions. Stop and consider before speaking. This strengthens your speech and shows her your consideration. When she says, "What's something you're passionate about?" don't react immediately. Pause, look her in the eye, and say, "That's a great question. Let me think about how to answer it." This does two things. First, it demonstrates you're not rehearsing answers to impress her. Second, it makes her query seem important and well considered. Silence helps in vulnerable situations. Don't advise or shift the conversation if she tells you anything personal. Wait for her words to settle. Be present to show her you're listening and understanding. One last tip: quiet creates mystery. When she asks about your weekend, answer briefly and intriguingly. Say, "It was interesting. Maybe I'll tell you about it someday." The quiet will speak for itself. This works because most guys need continual talk to stay focused, yet stillness displays restraint. It shows that you're confident in who you are and don't need to prove yourself, which is magnetic. Sitting quietly isn't the art of silence. Understanding when to speak and when to let the occasion speak is key. If you master this, she'll be captivated by your calm confidence and fascination. We've examined 7 great strategies to generate an irresistible desire without touching her. Each captures the subtle, sometimes ignored aspects of human connection: emotional presence, confidence, mystery, and quiet. The main message is that none of this is manipulation or play. Becoming a man who knows connection is key. Stoics think strength derives from controlling emotions and deeds. Applying this theory to attraction isn't simply about impressing her, showing her your uniqueness. The man who stands out is you, not because you're louder or flashier, but because you operate deeper. Consider that most men can create a dynamic like making her feel seen, softly challenging her, leaving room for mystery, and letting your words and silence speak for themselves. You provide her an unforgettable experience. The idea is that this is about you, not her. You improve every part of your life when you stop seeking her approval and start dominating yourself, because it's about who you are. Attraction is easy. Now, implement these concepts. Start small. Hold her gaze longer. Listen without interrupting, or leave enough unsaid to spark inquiry. Quickly notice the change. Remember that attraction is mental, not physical. The man who masters this will always shine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights. See you next video.